After being a hockey player for 20 years, I decided to finally try building a backyard rink for the first time ever. I started by watching a ton of YouTube videos to get the general gist of how it's done, and then me and my dad got to work. We wrote down a big list of materials that we needed, the most important being the wood. I decided to go with a 40 by 24 foot size rink, meaning I would need 4 sheets of plywood, each cut into 4 1-foot sections. This would give me 16 boards total. 5 boards on each side and then 3 boards on each end. We also needed some wooden stakes and some string to plot out the rink, a level, a long tape measure, and some 2x4s to help support the boards. There was a bunch of other things we ended up buying. I'll give a full breakdown of all the materials we bought and used, and I'll let you guys know exactly how much we spent. But without further ado, let's dive right into the actual video.
How many would we need?
The guy said to get 4. If you get 4, it'll give you 16 1-foot boards, which will give us a 24 by 40 foot ring.
So you need 4 sheets.
Right? Yeah. Let me move this out a little more. Corner brackets, right? Get 1 for each corner, so just 4 of those. So yeah, they had 2 for each corner though.
Top, bottom, makes
sense.
Yeah.
What's 4 times 8? 32. All right, $30 on brackets, whatever. All right, so we got these stakes here. We need about 12, and we got a pack of 6 of them for $9. Pretty solid. These ones look like thick, so these will go like in between the boards for extra support. All right, so instead of the spokes, we're actually gonna get these planks of wood. It's like a 2x3, not a 2x4, a 2x3. And we're gonna basically, it's gonna go like that with another board there, and we're gonna screw into it like that. We'll probably get 1 pack of the spokes to map out the corners. So we're gonna get 12 of these, 1 for each board connection. These are only running us $1.50. All right, so here's a quick breakdown of the receipt. This top part right here is the plywood. We bought 4 sheets at $37 per sheet, or $38, I guess, for a total of $151.92. This right here, I think, was the wooden stakes. It was a pack of like 8 of them, and it was $10.47. This right here was the line level. This is for putting on the line when you're plotting out your rink to make sure that it's level. That was only $4.97. This right here was the string to plot out the rink, just like a big, long 250-foot string. This was the tape measure, 100-foot tape measure, $16.97. These were the brackets. Now, we ended up not even using these brackets, so I returned them, so I got my $35 back, so keep that in mind. Okay, so these were the stakes. $8.98. I don't even know what the hell this was right here. 1 pound? What? I don't know, bro. $10.47 on some bullshit. And then this right here was the 2x4s to help support the boards. We bought 12 of them at $1.56. So these were mad cheap. That only came out to $18.72. So we only spent a total of $270 at Home Depot. Now this right here is the rink liner that we bought. This was the most expensive thing we had to buy. It was $178. So that plus $270, spent around $450. Now there were a few other things that we ended up buying, like we ended up going back and buying more stakes and some screws. But this was by far the most expensive thing that we had to buy. I really underestimated how much the rink liner was gonna be. I thought it was only gonna be like $50, but nah. For a 30 by 50 foot rink liner, $178. So this is us actually building the rink. We started by plotting out the rink, mapping out each 4 of the corners using the wooden stakes. As you can see, we used the string to kind of map out the entire rink, and now we're bringing over the 4 pieces of plywood that were cut at Home Depot. We didn't cut it. It was cut at Home Depot. Now this is us connecting the boards. We just used the 2x4 and then some screws to connect it. So we'll do 1 on one side and 1 on the other. You know how to use a drill? Like, remember when you built the tree house?
Dude, I was young.
But still, like, it's knowledge. Knowledge doesn't age.
Dude, I just haven't done this in ages. I don't want to fuck it up, dude.
Union guy, how many years?
44, but I didn't do wood, dude.
Yeah, tighten that shit. Yeah. All right, first drill. Let's go. Looks good to me. Nice. We started with the end boards, and this is us bringing it over.
perfect.
Now this is us taking out the liner. This thing was absolutely massive. We're just rolling it out here, and it was definitely bigger than what we needed, but I felt like it was better to get something that was bigger in case, you know, something, I don't know, didn't work out, or like we had to build higher boards or something. I don't really know, but I bought like a giant ass liner. So this is what the rink looks like, pretty much done. We have the clamps, as you can see, on the sides to hold the liner in place while we fill it. And now I'm just filling it with the hose. So let's check back in the morning and see how it went. So we came out the next morning and we saw that all of the water was pooling into one side, and that's because we did not level the rink. We knew that we had to level it, but we thought our yard was level. It looked really level, but clearly it wasn't. So all of the water pooled to one side. We really messed up and underestimated the importance of leveling the rink. So what we did was we decided to build higher boards so that when all of the water pools to that one side, eventually it will stop pooling and it'll start to actually level out. You know, when you're trying to level the rink, you can either build higher boards or level the rink. Yeah, so we built some higher boards here. It was a pain in the ass for sure, but it had to be done because it was not going to work unless we leveled the rink. Nice. It's a good one. So we put the tarp back over the boards, as you can see here. Now let's see what happens in the morning once we flood it. So I came out the next morning to the boards almost collapsing. Clearly they weren't supported enough for the amount of water that was being used. So we bought some 2x4s and we dug them into the ground and angled them to help support the boards. Now this is the final product. Let's see what it looks like. So I came out the next morning to some disappointing news. The rink absolutely collapsed. It just wasn't supported enough for the amount of water that we had to use to compensate for the leveling. It felt very strong, but clearly it wasn't. Here's a picture of the rink on the side that it collapsed on. Now, because there was so much ice, I couldn't just scrap the rink. So it's just been sitting in my yard, and this is what it looks like after like 2 weeks. There's my dog. She's like, what the hell, dude? What did you do? So yeah, just a massive L. I can't even scrap it yet because there's still frozen ice on the rink. And yeah. All right, guys, so I just wanted to give some closing thoughts on the rink. Obviously, it was a massive L. Now, I could actually repair it if I wanted to and just make it stronger, and it would probably work out. But the amount of water that we used, I don't even know what the water bill is going to be this month. So I was like, fuck it. I'm just going to scrap it and try again next year. Also, the liner ripped, which is a massive L. So I just want to say, if you're going to build a rink, put in some effort, because I feel like me and my dad kind of half-assed it. Like, we thought it was going to be really easy based on the YouTube videos that we watched. And it's clearly a pretty intense project compared to what we thought it was going to be. I think we really underestimated the leveling of the rink, which was the downfall of it, because if it was level, we wouldn't have had to use so much water. And because we had to use so much water, we had to make the rink super strong to hold that water. Because I remember coming out in the middle of the night to check on the rink, and there was so much water. And I was like, oh my God, this is like a fucking pool in this one corner. And then the next morning, the rink just couldn't hold it, and it completely collapsed. And I'm not going to spend all the money on water. Like I said, I don't even know what the water bill is going to be this month. I'll update you guys on that when it comes in. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys learned from my mistakes. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see y'all in the next video. It's Tony Sauce. Peace.